Did you know that Bayern Munich have started dropping points in the Bundesliga? And it's down to some crazy tactics that some opponents have been using against them. Under Vincent Kompany, Bayern have tended to use a fairly stringent version of man marking when their opponents have the ball. There are some advantages to doing this. It simplifies the task of the players out of possession, as they have a single opponent who is their responsibility. And because it breaks the game down into a series of 1v1 battles, a team with some of the best players in the world should generally come out on top. However, there are some disadvantages to this approach too. For example, a team who man-mark can be manipulated by their opponents, who can drag them around by pulling them away from their starting position, which is exactly what Hamburg did in their 2-2 draw, as their players swapped places to pull Bayern around, with the Hamburg centre-backs sometimes ending up all over the pitch. Of course, this approach meant that if Hamburg lost the ball, their defenders would be miles out of position. But it did mean that Harry Kane and Lennart Karl ended up in their back line at points too, so the risk went both ways. Another disadvantage to man-marking is that marked players have the initiative, because if the attacker can get a step ahead of their marker, then they should be able to lose them. This is something Augsburg used to good effect, spreading their backline wide to create space before going long, with their players then sprinting forward, losing their markers to be well positioned to win second balls. So with Bayern's lead in the Bundesliga being slowly chipped away, perhaps it's time for Kompany to rethink their out of possession approach.